Hey, what is up? Bright blessings, all you magical people. I'm going to be doing a reading in the constellation of Aquarius. So if you guys like the readings today and you guys want to book a personal session, there's going to be a link down in the description and then also in the comment section of whatever app this is on. So you guys, hope you guys' day is magical and blessed. So with the Aquarius, I'm looking at, you're in the dark. I'm looking at the darker aspects to life that you're experiencing right now. I'm looking at aspects of loneliness or isolation or lack. There's something I'm looking at you're reaching out for. You know, Aquarius is the star. So I'm looking at there's something you're reaching out for. Something that's almost hit its mark. But that hasn't happened yet. And I'm looking at it's got you down, man. I'm looking at the color blue. This is the throat chakra, the way we communicate ourselves. So there's some type of lack of communication that's keeping you from achieving what it is that you desire. So whether that's sex, money, love, I'm looking at you're putting yourself inside of a box. And you do not belong in a box. Aquarius has a huge advantage over all of the other zodiac signs right now. It's the age of Aquarius. This is where all the Aquarius energies, they're going to shine. This is going to be a beautiful time to be a teacher, to be some type of coach or a guide. Be looking for other ways to make money when it comes to your spiritual gifts, the gifts that you have that you can't learn in a university or a school. This is where you're going to really succeed in life. This is where you're going to open up energetic portals and doorways into the future life that you're looking for. I know it's about money because I'm looking at a diamond that's coming over the card. And going forward, I'm looking at money. This is what we're going to be. I'm looking at a focus of money. I'm looking at the Ace of Diamonds, which is the higher aspects to receiving money or making money, an increase or good luck is coming in the future. I'm also looking at there's a black crystal on the middle of my board. So it's almost like there's an obstacle that we're learning to overcome, an obstacle that you're learning to navigate through. This is also sometimes we're going in a certain direction and sometimes we have to turn around. We come to a dead end. Or that path is just ended. Sometimes it's abruptly. Sometimes it's a slow burn. But however it takes place, it's important that we recognize when it's time for us to go in a different direction. And that's what I'm feeling that you're learning right now. These are valuable, valuable lessons that are leading to more stability in life. I'm looking at the number 4. It speaks on stability. 4 walls to a house. It's also the diamonds, which speaks on the money aspect. You can also feel an intense sexual energy in the read. Your entire world is sex. Sex is defined as an energy exchange between two energies, right? So you literally your entire day as you go buy coffee, get gas, whatever it is that you do, when you come into contact with people, there is energy that's being exchanged. There is an exchange taking place, whether you're aware of it or whether this happens in a vocal way, or whether it's something you're thinking or feeling about. There's some type of energy exchange with everyone that you come within a 6-foot radius of. Your balance in life, it comes along with your equal give and take. All right, we take too much, then there's going to be imbalances in our life. If we give too much, there's going to be imbalances in your life. So we learn to hold the balance to all things in our life. I'm looking at some type of, I'm looking at a black crystal on the board over the book. So there's an obstacle or something that's right there waiting for you to learn. It's something that we're meant to learn, but you're not pushing yourself. You're not taking the time. You're not putting your foot down with yourself and making you learn whatever that information is. That information is going to lead to beautiful new adventures, beautiful new possibilities that you're going to get access to once we go down that road. So if there's something you're holding yourself back from learning or experiencing, this is the time when we must stop what we're doing and devote time and attention to whatever that is directly related to what is going to give birth to the future versions of yourself come the spring. I'm looking at a new beginning that you're wanting to take place, but it hasn't happened yet. I'm looking at the Fool. So there's some type, and it's coming in upside down in the future. I'm looking at a situation, something in your life that you're going to be experiencing. It feels almost like a reroute. Like you're going in one direction and now we have to stop and kind of pivot, or maybe just lean and go in a different direction than we were thinking about. I'm looking at the higher aspects to learning new lessons about money, about wealth, about investment, about initiation into a better understanding when it comes to money, how to store it, how to make it replicate, also how to duplicate whatever the processes are that you learn to make more money with. There's something that's sitting there. You're not aware of it. It's underneath the Fool. So it's something that's sitting under the surface. Whenever you find this, I'm looking at there's some luck. There's some luck that's taken place. It hasn't happened yet. It's coming in sideways, kicked forward, going into the future. But there's some type of luck that comes out of this situation. Or it's an increase in money, or an increase in awareness, an increase in love. I'm looking at a meeting coming up for you in the future over the situation. So this is some type of meeting where you're going to meet up with somebody, discuss things, whether that's about to make money or getting a new job or at a relationship, whatever that is. I'm looking at the color pink, which represents love. And even sometimes work situations can be interpreted as something that we love because it brings us financial security. It also lets you play more. It lets you relax, get out of that fight or flight mode, and begin to enjoy the aspects of love instead of on the grind trying to figure out how to pay this month's rent. I'm looking at a game. I'm looking at a Game of Thrones. It's like moving our chess piece across the motherboard. You could think of the earth as the motherboard, home to all of us. So we learn to manipulate and move through the reality in a calculated way. I'm looking at calculated moves. I'm looking at duality, but I'm looking at the piece is almost like it's transcending duality. It's see-through now. It's not solid. It's something that is learning to vibrate at a higher level. So making better choices, ascension. I'm looking at somebody popping up from your past. Someone that displays characteristics and aspects of the shadow. See how the child is holding the mother together. The mother can't function without the stories that they tell themselves. Whether that's the truth or whether it's just lies and deceit that the stories we tell inside of our mind. I'm looking at illumination that takes place. I'm looking at the imbalance with a parent figure. I'm looking at a continuation of trauma. if this pops up, you're definitely being guided to not engage whatever that is. I'm looking at negative things happening when we begin to make decisions in order to engage with people from your past that you know are no longer good for you, that you know are no longer conducive for your growth. I'm looking at the situation, leaves you burnt out. Also, the flames of the heat, they burn, it hurts. This is running your hand, running your finger through the candle on purpose. When we allow ourselves for people like this to hurt us, to talk to us again, set these things in your life on fire. I'm looking at two people coming together in a symbiotic way. I'm looking at two people meeting, or whether this is just being in one place at the same time. I'm looking at something about the meeting brings symbiosis. This is also the letter S for sex, an energy exchange between two beings. I'm looking at a situation popping up where you're looking for something. There's some type of searching that you've got going on. Something that's waiting there for you to discover. You just can't see it yet. It's right around the corner. Something you're going to find what you're looking for. For some of you, this is a love affair. The love affair energy can also speak on something that you're passionate about in life, or something that is going to change your life. When we feel passionate about the things that we engage in our life, you get more reward out of it. You get a higher vibration of situation or experience. I'm looking at a pathway opening up. I'm also looking at an increase in connection with nature is needed. I feel like it's like standing on the edge of a forest with beautiful things that are waiting for you to discover, but we're just kind of sitting over here waiting to take that first step. Make sure we're taking that step. So if you haven't been out in nature in a while, make sure you're taking the time to let yourself play, to let yourself enjoy this place. I'm looking at Uranus. Uranus is an energy where sometimes it catches you off guard. Sometimes there's a lightning strike in a situation that you're in. It just throws you off balance. It comes out of nowhere, right? But Uranus can be a beautiful teacher. It teaches us to look at the reality with different aspects, not just from one limited viewpoint. That when we experience things, that everything here is multifaceted and multi-layered. There are many things to learn from every situation that we go through, not just one, not just two. And it's not always about our experience, it's also for those around you. I'm looking at something being extended to you. I'm looking at the universe coming to you with an offer. I'm looking at an incoming offer is on its way. I'm looking at lies, deceit inside the mind. I'm looking at fear, doubt, worry. You know better than that. These are the aspects that make you more unique than the rest of the zodiac. You're able to reach levels of intellect that the others are not. And when we're not using this, whether it's not using it or using it in a deconstructive way, Everything here is being generated from your mind. All is mind. Every aspect of your existence here, whether it's working with the conscious mind or the subconscious mind. This is the most important aspect that we master as we begin to make progress in our life. Learning how to control our thoughts. Learning how thought stopping works. Thought stopping is a technique that I teach in all my private sessions. I teach you literally how to change the flow of thoughts coming inside your mind. Everyone you know lives in a hellish realm of the mind. A constant blah, 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 blah. This is the ego. I teach the off switch. There's another way for you to be experienced in the reality right now. There's a way that you could be walking around this place with your mind completely silent at all times. Now we're hitting new levels of trust in your life. We get to a place in the path where we have no choice but to trust. This is where the magic's at. This is where bonds are forged. Decisions are made that calculate the outcome of an entire timeline. It's so important that we make the right choice. Someone just threw their trash away in the trash can outside. So there's something that you need to throw away. Something physical. You have some type of physical item that you have to throw away or that you need to throw away. Make sure this is a good time to take stock of all that little knick-knack bullshit that we have and get rid of things that we no longer need. These items, they take energy from your mind, from your body in order to create these things when they're right in front of you. So when you learn to live a minimalist lifestyle and to throw that shit you don't need away, there is a weight, a physical weight that's going to come off you. You're going to go to sleep and wake up the next day and it's like somebody just literally cut chains that have been holding you down your entire life. Those chains are there, they're just invisible. So we learn to start breaking those fucking things in any way we have to. I'm looking at a phone call coming to you. Make sure when you get the call that you answer it. I'm looking at the phone call. When you answer it, it's going to be something that takes you in a new direction or gives you new opportunities. Looking at the inner chamber. So this phone call is going to be opening up. Whether it's something to do with phone calls or some type of incoming communication. Specifically a phone call. I'm looking at when that call comes through, there's going to be an offer on the table for you. And you need to take the offer. I'm looking at the crown chakra opening up. I'm looking at expansion and consciousness that's going to be taking place coming up. I'm looking at this as a portal. The most important thing is that you learn exactly how to use the energy in your body. That way you understand how to wield the power. This is where you're going to be jumping light years ahead of the rest of the population. Once we learn how to focus and control our energy. And it all comes when we light the chakras up, all 7 at the same time. This is when the magic happens, and you activate the Merkaba, the light body. This will be giving you the opportunity to reach new levels of consciousness. I'm looking at ascension. I'm looking at a burst of energy. I'm looking at a burst of energy. This is downloads, getting some type of codes. I'm looking at a restructuring of the DNA is needed. I'm looking at a solar flare, but it's upside down. So make sure that you're going out and getting more sun. It increases the vibration, the vibratory rate inside your body so that you oscillate or vibrate at a higher rate of speed. This will allow you to achieve higher and higher states of consciousness. I'm looking at changes in transits coming up for you. It feels like there's been some type of stuck energy. You haven't got to move in like the direction, or there's some type of halt, or not being able to go the way you want to. I'm looking at that's what's going to be focusing on this month. I'm looking at circles. But I'm looking at the circles start out big and they get smaller into a concentric ring. And this is like homing in, narrowing in on exactly what it is. You're going to find something that you like to make you happy, or to help make you feel emotional and fulfillment, or bring you more love, bring you more passion in life. I'm looking at two people coming together, or two energies coming together that make a beautiful match. That when they come together, they create music. The chemistry also, there's a chemistry that's created in both your bodies when you guys come together. It's an activation. Right? So make sure that somebody in your life that you feel like that about, that we're smashing the gas on increasing that level of love, that level of connection. This is somebody that embodies a feminine energy, or somebody that just looks at you from a deeper aspect. We all embody the feminine energy, but this is somebody that can radiate it and use it in a different way than other people. This is somebody that learns to take that energy and they shine, they glow. I'm looking also that other people, when they see you, I'm looking at you glow. I'm looking at people watching you glow. All those that are around you, they see your entire life. Whether it's your family members, your kids, your partner, your family members, whatever that is, they're watching you. They're watching like what you're going through. And I'm looking at an ascension taking place right in front of their eyes. It feels like it's coming from somebody that was like, maybe looked at it and thought it was going to be something like this, but instead we're going the opposite direction. I'm looking at an ascension taking place. Right. This is a time in your life where we start something new. We take a stock in our life and we come to the realizations that there's something else for you. You haven't hit exactly what it is that you're looking for. There's another golden egg out there. I'm looking at a portal opening up for you. And it's time to begin again. Woo! I'm also looking at sunlight, light codes coming through, and activation taking place. Congratulations. All right, guys, I'm going to end the reading there, man. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. You guys have a beautiful day and enjoy your immortality.